What's going on, people? Black here, back with another video. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I really do appreciate that. Make sure you subscribe to Black live streams too. That link will be in the description box as well as the comment section as well. And also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to get notifications when I go live or when I post new videos, because YouTube is not pushing notifications out to everybody. All right. What's going on, people? Make sure you go and check out carmarshall.com. Over 100,000 new and used cars from dealers. You shop, you see what you like, negotiate prices, and get you a very good deal. Make sure you go to carmarshall.com. The link will be in the description box and comment section as well. I want to talk about this Symone Sanders, who is a complete stereotypical sideshow on CNN. She gets on there, she yells and she screams and she gets into arguments with these guys. And because she has a degree, she thinks that they take her seriously. No, they don't. You're just there to basically push narratives that fit what CNN wants you to push. Just like Angela Rye. She gets on there and she has a lot of the same talking points. Super liberal, I hate conservatives. Just get on there yelling and just being a complete sideshow. And Symone Sanders is the worst because she's very stereotypical, being loudmouth. She's known for being a loudmouth. Well, she definitely put her foot in her mouth in this particular instance, according to the Atlanta Black Star article. I had heard about this tweet that she posted about Uncle Luke, aka Luther Campbell. Y'all know who Luke is. And she did not like the fact that he is not in support of Kamala Harris, because Kamala Harris is the chosen half Negro of the mainstream media. This is why Angela Rye is defending her. This is why Symone Sanders. They are the buffer Negroes, okay? Their job is to push narratives. Their job is to promote DNC policies and black DNC politicians. That is their job. And they're going above and beyond, okay? But she might have stepped in with this one, because let me tell you something. I don't care how much they defend Kamala Harris, she ain't getting the black vote. Not today, not tomorrow, not no day. She may get some of it for a lot of you sisters out there who want her lifestyle, which is to be in the spotlight, to be known, and for you to have a white man. Maybe that's what you want. Maybe that's what Symone Sanders wants. But according to the Atlanta Black Star, CNN contributor Symone D. Sanders, with the fade and the and the design on her head, says she's tired of black men offering up their unsolicited opinions of California Senator Kamala Harris, and now folks are tired of her. I'm tired of her. I'm trying to figure out what took y'all so long. This female is a stereotype. And the fact that people are defending her and supporting her, it was a disgrace how she was treated on The Breakfast Club. They treated her as if she was a great activist and community leader. She's a loudmouth, educated hood rat. That is what she is. And you can't convince me otherwise. But back to the article. Sanders, who's 29, voiced her frustrations on Twitter this week after 90s rapper and entertainer Luke Campbell of the 2 Live Crew fame penned an op-ed criticizing Harris' prison reform record as San Francisco's district attorney and state's attorney general. Now, I want y'all to understand something about Kamala Harris. She has no charisma whatsoever. She did this skit on one of these late night shows. She has zero charisma, people. At least with Obama had charisma. Obama was a talker. She's used to doing most of her talking in courtrooms when she's sending you Negroes to jail. That's when she's doing her talking. That's when she's at her best. But trying to be a politician and go out there and campaign to be president, nah. Luke, whose real name is Luther Campbell, argued Harris would be hard-pressed to find any blue-collar blacks, especially men, who would be willing to vote for her in the upcoming 2020 presidential election. The California Democrat officially entered the race for the White House on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, promising to bring our voices together. If successful, she will be the first woman to hold the presidency and the second African American. Half African American, but of course, they got to push narratives. Everybody's black, right? Who has at least some black in them. Kamala Harris will have trouble persuading black voters to make her president in 2020, Campbell wrote in a column published Tuesday in the Miami New Times. What's wrong with that? That's his opinion. First, the U.S. Senator from California must explain why Donald Trump has a better prison reform record than she had as the Golden State's Attorney General. That's because she was more concerned with her incarceration rate, her conviction rate. She was more concerned with that than trying to get these guys out of jail, And even if you ask her about it, she's not going to answer it. Sanders, a former National Press Secretary for Vermont Independent Senator Bernie Sanders, didn't take too kindly to Campbell's critique on Harris and said she didn't see why he or any other black man, for that matter, felt obligated to give their negative opinions. Uncle Luke is no political mastermind or strategist, and neither are you, Symone. She tweeted, "Why do black men keep popping up with their unsolicited opinions about Kamala Harris?" You see, this is how they feel about you black men. You black men who are, you support the DNC, you support these liberal policies, you support heifers like this. This is how they feel about you. They don't respect you, especially when you pander to them. Women like Symone, look at her. I mean, look how she wears her head. I mean, again, I'm all for women being natural, but do you really have to go get you a fade? You look like you look like you get your hair cut by one of these brothers. When you get the design on the side of your head, you're really out here trying to look like us, but you hate us at the same time. And I know hate is a strong word, but I'm gonna use dislike black masculinity. But she envies it. She envies black masculinity, but she doesn't like it at the same time, okay? Because we all know you soft, effeminate males are gonna side with her every single time, okay? Even though she's trying to look like you, she's trying to have your energy, she still envies you. It wasn't long before social media critics called Sanders out for her comments, accusing the political analyst of weaponizing her gender to belittle the political opinions of African American men. Unsolicited, obviously it was solicited, it's in the paper. Journalist and show host Tim Black replied, "Luke doesn't own the paper. Men can speak, Symone. I know you'd rather we didn't unless it supports your opinions. Speech is available to all of us, not just MSNBC contributors like you who weaponize gender. He has an opinion and his political mind doesn't invalidate that," another critic chimed in. The majority of voters aren't political masterminds, and neither is Symone. What has Symone done politically? She ran on a failed but she was a part of a failed campaign. Bernie Sanders failed. He got his whole movement politically in the DNC taken from under him by Hillary Clinton. And you were supporting that guy. You were helping him. How did your strategy help him, Symone Sanders? One user noted that not once, Miss Sanders, did you refute Luke's article. We black men see right through what is trying to be done. Kamala and those like her you included, I guess, are aligned with everyone but black men. It's not going to work. I want black women like Symone Sanders to understand this. Black men are not dumb. This is why y'all are coming to black male space, quote unquote black male spaces, seeking to argue or seeking to figure out why we are changing our tune, why we are going our own way, why we think the way we do, why you have more black men becoming conservatives. Because you understand the jig is up. So you used to be able to pull the wool over black men's eyes. You can't anymore. We see it. We understand, and we've been red pilled. We see through the BS. Symone Sanders is a puppet of puppets. She will do anything for $1 or to be on national TV, okay? And the reason why I say she'll do anything for $1 is because she's rallying for Kaepernick as if she cares. I mean, she probably doesn't even watch football. She couldn't tell you what a first down was. She couldn't tell you what a 4-3 defense is. She couldn't tell you the difference between a quarterback and a halfback. But I will say this though, Luke seemed like a very intelligent guy. The guy had a long career. If you look at South Florida in the music scene, Luke was relevant for a long time. And he was able to transition from music to doing what he's doing now. I mean, I don't think he's hurting for money. And the fact that he's writing in a newspaper lets you know that he's in tune socially with what's going on. And also, he's a big, Miami Hurricanes fan. We all know, his opinion matters just like yours. You've been sitting on CNN collecting checks to argue and raise hell, basically. You think only a black woman's opinions matter? Let me tell you something. Black women have been the main driving force in the community going south. And I'll tell you why. Because they are having children out of wedlock. They are not marrying those men before they get pregnant. They're not getting pregnant. They got getting married after the pregnancies. Okay? A lot of those women are collecting government assistance and they're not trying to get off of it. And you look at these black communities filled with nothing but women and children and males. That's it. So I think that a black man wanting to change and wanting to help make that situation better should not be considered a bad thing. I'll say a bad thing. I think Symone Sanders is one of those people who's used to being in a room full of white people and her voice as a black woman being the only one that mattered because she was the only black woman in the room. She's so used to being the only black woman in the room that she thinks that only her opinion matters. Women like her don't respect black men. They look down upon black men. That's why I wish black men would wake up and stop trying to pander to these women. They're not gonna respect you no matter how much you agree with them. No matter how much you want to be want them to be a part of what you're doing. These women don't respect you. There are women like her on YouTube. There are women like her on social media in your everyday life, probably work in the same office as you. She's probably your supervisor or manager. She shows black men no respect. I've seen black women just disrespect black men literally for no reason. Just because they had a bad day. Just because things aren't going right at home. That's how they can be. And women like this do nothing but cause more and more of a divide. Because trust me, if a black man had said what she said, he would be vilified. You see all these videos made about him. People want apologies. They want him to be fired. If he said a black woman's opinion didn't matter. That's how comfortable she is. She is comfortable. She is comfortable disrespecting you brothers, man, because she sees the weakness in you, man. Because we're constantly attacking each other in defense of them. We're defending the DNC. We're attacking black people for being conservatives. Instead of you having a mind of your own. Women like Symone Sanders, again, she's used to being the only black in the room. And she thinks because of that situation, her opinion matters. When it doesn't. Because she hasn't done anything in her life to warrant her being considered for respect overall. I think that she's a very disrespectful woman. Okay? That's why she's single. If she's in a relationship, she's probably in a relationship with somebody else's boyfriend or husband. Because she seemed like the type. She seemed like the type to deal with men who are unavailable instead of a man who's available. She seems very entitled. Okay, and women with entitlement issues are always chasing behind other women's men. Okay, Y'all let me know what's in the comment section below, and let me know your thoughts.